Hey guys, it's Taylor back with TIFU Taylor, and today we're going to be reading Reddit. So let's get into it. Today we're reading, Today I Fucked Up. I don't think we've done this for a couple minutes, so let's get into it. Today I fucked up by accidentally stealing a cat, paying $400 in vet bills for it, and realizing it wasn't mine when I got home. So this happened about 6 hours ago, and I'm currently staring at two identical black cats in my living room, trying to figure out how to explain this to my neighbors without sounding like a lunatic. For context, I have a black cat named Luna. She's a void cat with no white patches, just pure darkness and yellow eyes. She's strictly an indoor cat because she has zero survival instincts and is afraid of wind, period. Tonight, around 7 p.m., I was taking the trash out and I guess the door didn't latch all the way. When I came back inside 20 minutes later to feed her, I couldn't find her. I did the usual pss, 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 and shook the treat bag. Nothing. I went into full panic mode. I grabbed a flashlight and ran outside. I spent 15 minutes checking the bushes until I saw a pair of yellow eyes reflecting from under my neighbor's porch. I crawled under there, grabbed the cat, who's surprisingly docile but shivering, and dragged her out. I noticed immediately that she was limping and had a weird gash on her ear. I assumed she got into a fight with a raccoon or something. I didn't even go back inside. I put her straight in the car and sped to the 24-hour emergency vet. I was crying the whole way, telling her how I was so sorry I let her out. Imagine being the cat and being like, who the fuck just catnapped me? Like, I took her to the vet, cleaned the wound, gave her some antibiotics and pain meds, and did a quick checkup. Oh, the vet took her back. I don't even know what I'm saying now. The bill came out to $430. I slapped my credit card down, glad my baby was safe. We got home about an hour ago. I carried the carrier into the living room, set it down, and opened the door to let her out gently. The injured cat stepped out. My cat, the real Luna, walked out from behind the sofa, yawned, and hissed at the injury. I froze. I looked at the cat who I just spent $400 on. It's a male. I don't own a male cat. I've accidentally kidnapped a stray, or worse, a neighbor's outdoor cat, paid for his medical care, and brought him into my house. So now I have a cat who is pissed off at this imposter cat, who is high on painkillers and currently sleeping on my expensive rug. I have to go knock on doors tomorrow and ask if anyone is missing a black cat, and also explain why he is now shaved on one leg and smells like antiseptic. I imagine it was just like a stray cat, but that's insane that it was like full black cat, yellow eyes, like full, so similar that you were like, yeah, that's my cat. She got in a fight with a raccoon, I'm gonna go spend $400 on vet bills. That's amazing. Sometimes there are glitches in the cat distribution system. I had a cat growing up who ran away or wandered away or went out for a walk. I don't understand cats. Anyways, I'm distraught, completely beside myself. A week goes by, a month, a year. We're at my mom's coworker's house and my cat shows up, just comes pushing through the hedge, meowing and purring and begging for treats. So apparently this is like a thing that happens in like the cat community. That's amazing. I mean, you're down $400, but at least the cat is like, if it is a stray, he was pampered. He was taken care of. Your cat might take some time to trust you again after bringing in a different cat. I bet she was pissed. I bet she was like, who's this guy? Why you bring him in here? Yeah, I hope you find where he belongs if he's not a stray. Next. Today I fucked up by mocking my neighbor's parrot for the last couple of weeks. Okay. So I live in an apartment where the walls are thin enough that I can hear my neighbor's TV, phone calls, and unfortunately, their parrot. This parrot, very beautiful animal, but makes me want to rip my hair out and do things I am not proud to admit. Let's just say he's become my morning alarm for the last few months. I mean, kind of annoying, but also I don't know, kind of like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Like, my vocabulary today is apparently, not that much. About 2 weeks ago, I started mocking his sounds back. He'd squawk, I'd squawk. He would whistle, I'd whistle. We built up a little routine, kind of like distant, angry roommates communicating through bird calls. Sometimes I would even initiate it. Like when I was cooking, I would randomly have a Tourette, like outburst and start squawking loudly. I know this is strange, lol. Yesterday, my neighbor knocked on my door and had a really odd look on her face. Apparently, ever since I started doing my bird banter, her parrot has become obsessed with me. I guess I just wasn't in the mood for bird talk the last couple days and went silent. She said he paces and screeches when I stop responding. Even showed me a video. Was such an awkward experience. She said he used to have a parrot friend years ago that died and she thinks it was some sort of bird companion. Anyway, she asked me to make a couple bird sounds as she put a treat in his cage to see if it would work. I reluctantly agreed and felt humiliated, of course, but I went through with it, and sure enough, the little fucker started eating and playing. Long story short, I became an object of a parrot's affection. The object of a parrot's parrot's affection. And my neighbor asked if I could talk to him for a few minutes a day, and even gave preferred times if I'm home. I'm unintentionally entered a long-distance relationship with a bird. This is kind of amazing. It does sound like your neighbor's parent may need a friend. I think that may be the only way to like stop interacting with it. But yeah. Next, this one's crazy. Today I fucked up by swallowing a brown recluse, being sent to the ER, and almost dying. Okay, see, I don't know how this happens because like, how do you not know you've swallowed a spider? And also, like, if you knew it was a brown recluse, wouldn't that just like digest inside of your stomach? Let's figure it out. This happened a couple weeks ago and I'm pretty much recovered now, but I guess I wanted to share as a warning in case anyone else ever experiences this. Well, I hope I don't, but I do have this weird fear that like, I usually drink out of like clear glasses, but I have a fear that things are hiding in the straw of like the cups I have. That's why I like the hydro jugs, because the straws bend down. But so to make a long story very short, I keep water by my bedding in a glass in case I get thirsty at night. A brown recluse had fallen in right around the time I woke up and needed a drink. I swallowed the thing and of course immediately realized I had swallowed something, and my only assumption was a spider. And I knew we had a few brown recluses in the house, so I automatically assumed that's what it was. I ended up being right in the worst way. Isn't that a crazy sentence? We have a few brown recluses in the house. It's no big deal. That's Tom, it's Megan, Tim. Now I knew from past anxiety Googling that swallowing a dead spider is nothing to worry about. The venom is protein-based and breaks down in the digestive tract. I'd assumed that I had swallowed a dead one and just decided to try to go back to sleep after a mini panic attack and more frantic Googling. Dude, I would not be able to go back to sleep. It doesn't matter if I slept for 2 hours, I would not be able to go back to sleep. I woke up maybe 2 hours later with horrible pain in my stomach, muscle aches and heart spasms, heat flashes, sweating and drooling profusely. I stumbled in to find my partner. We sleep in separate rooms and was rushed to the ER. So what happened? Well, the original assumption was that it bit me on my esophagus, but after lots of tests, it turns out I had a stomach ulcer that I didn't know about. That's another long story, and the spider had very much been alive and the venom had found its way into my bloodstream through the open wound in my stomach. After a fuck ton of antibiotics and other drugs and a week-long hospital stay, I'm mostly back to normal and I'm feeling mostly okay. I still feel achy and have a lot of paranoia about my drinks now. I won't be drinking water in the middle of the night anymore, that's for sure. Just wanted to tell you this story in case anyone else has water by their bed at night. And just go to the ER if you think you swallowed something. Just please be careful. Okay. I think if he would have swallowed it and he didn't have a stomach ulcer, it probably wouldn't have affected him. But what is a stomach ulcer? Is it just like rips in your stomach lining? Oh, imbalance between stomach acid and the stomach's protective lining. Interesting. Yeah, I think oh, that's bad. I think if it wouldn't have found a way, I don't know, maybe I'm just too stupid to like piece this together, but so stomach ulcer, okay. So maybe because it was like a tear in the stomach, it had quicker access to, I don't know, the bloodstream, because like your stomach's acid is very powerful and your lining is like very good. So somebody said I would have not gone back to bed until I vomited that spider back up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I would not be able to sleep. I would try to get that thing out one way or another. OP replied, honestly, this is exactly what I should have done. I don't know why I didn't at least try this. A lesson learned in assuming everything is fine. Okay, here's the last one. Today I fucked up thinking the fact I never burped was just a quirk. Fun fact, I couldn't burp up until 2 years ago. Well, like I could, but it was never like I couldn't physically like control the burps. I think I maybe burped once a year. And that's generous, like my entire life up until 2 years ago. And then I don't even know what it was. I think I was just like forcing like air bubbles up in like these little mini burps for like an entire day. And it was like, it was like there was something wrong. And then after that, I could burp normally. So like when I drink soda, I can burp. I think soda is really the only thing. Soda or like carbonated water sometimes after food. But like before it was like, could not burp at all. If I drank soda, it just like felt like it was compiled right here. I just never like could burp, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like indigestion and then it would go away. Like I would have to hold that like air and it would like go into my digestive tract, I guess. But there is a condition like, I don't think I have it because I can burp now, but it's like a condition of not being able to burp at all. But let's see what this is. Background, I get incredibly painful symptoms of reflux, and over the past 10 years, I have undergone multiple tests, including 3 bronchoscopies, a barium swallow, and a manometry, and 24 hours a pH study, a test where I needed to have 2 tubes shoved down my nose into my stomach fully awake. I frequently need to go home early from things due to the severity of the symptoms. It has been pretty isolating. Yeah, mine's never been like that. I don't know what was wrong with mine. I think I did research and it was like the esophagus flap, or I went to the gastroenterologist for like a year and I think he may have said like something with my what is this? Lower esophageal sphincter. It's like a flap. I guess, is it or maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like muscles. I thought it was a flap. Anyways, it keeps food from coming back up, and apparently air in my case. A few months ago, I was at a friend's house and we were discussing people who claim they never fart and how absurd this sounds. Oh, I would hate to be them. I think actually not burping, I read it was like people who don't burp fart more. I told her and her husband that I never burp, which they pointed out would be terribly painful. I decided to Google it. This is a thing, but it is a medical condition and every single one of my symptoms was listed as a symptom of this condition. Went to the ENT with my newfound information. Turns out I have the condition RCPD, relatively easy to fix with Botox. It had never occurred to me that I was physically unable to burp. I just always thought it was a bit of a quirk that I didn't. Thousands of dollars and many uncomfortable tests for seemingly nothing. Let's see, let's do some research. RCPD. Retrograde I'm gonna get this. Retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction. How do you say that word?
Retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction.
Retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction. It's a condition in which the how do you say that?
Retrograde cricopharyngeus dysfunction.
Cricopharyngeus. Condition in which the cricopharyngeus muscle doesn't relax to allow air to exit the stomach and esophagus. Symptoms include inability to burp, abdominal bloating, gurgling sounds from neck and chest. What? Excessive flatulence. Okay. It's a rare condition in which people are unable to burp or belch. It occurs when the cricopharyngeus muscle, a sphincter muscle that sits at the top of the esophagus, is unable to relax and as a result does not open to allow air to exit the esophagus. See, I feel like that's like similar, like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know how I did it. I think it was just like one day, there was just like little air bubbles, or like I was doing like the movements, the like muscular movements of like burping, and it was just like little air bubbles coming up, and then the next day it was like I was a normal burping human. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. A little bit of a story time. Comment down below if you like this video and what's something unique about you. I couldn't burp until I literally could not burp for 13 years of my life. So while you're down there, click the buttons, you know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.